Thank you for the introduction. Strikepoint Gold, we've pivoted the company into a Nevada focus. We're going to be talking about the Coprite Gold project located in the Walker Lane. We'll be making forward-looking statements, so please read these at your leisure. What I'd like to do with a company is actually put in three prongs of value and value creation in here. We put in a backstop of value, and in this particular case, this is our Porter and Willoughby projects in northern BC. These are very high-grade past-producing silver projects, but the board made a decision that they wanted to do something different. These projects are in good standing till 2030, and so they brought me in as CEO in November of 2022. That's the experienced management team that we see here. And subsequent to this, I brought in a really interesting exploration project, which I see as multi-million ounce potential in Nevada, and we'll talk a lot about that today. The cycle of the junior miner, where Strikepoint is, we've got the two projects in the value creation part of the curve. Coprite being the flagship is a bit lower in the curve. It is a greenfield project, but it is in the shadow of giants that we're going to talk about today. Why the Walker Lane and why now? Of the Tier 1 jurisdictions and locations in the world, I would say that Nevada is the Tier 1 jurisdiction. It's a hotbed for M&A activity. It is a fantastic, very unusual piece of ground on the face of the earth where multi-million ounce discoveries are made. And any mining company in the world is comfortable in Nevada. It's a mature state. They know what mining is. Obviously, Barrick has got the Nevada gold mines there. Coeur Mining is there, Kinross is there. All the flagship assets of the major producers are within Nevada, and as geopolitical risk goes up, you're going to see a lot of mining companies move back to Nevada. I also have expertise in the state. I've been working here for about 15, maybe 20 years. I turned 50 years old today.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Been starting to do this for a while. But it is a great place to be. I've been doing transactions here. My claim to fame is I used to run a company called Northern Empire. We acquired an asset from Imperial Metals for $10 million. 16 months later, the stock had tripled, gone straight up, and I sold the project for $120 million to Coeur Mining. The Walker Lane, as I say, this is a hotbed of M&A activity and actually significant discoveries. Probably one of the most significant discoveries in Nevada since the 70s was just announced last week. This is what is called the Expanded Silicon Project. It's located about 75 kilometers to the south of us. It's on a caldera margin. People have asked me several times today, why did I pick Coprite? I have a lot of experience in Nevada. Why do I pick Coprite? It's because Coprite looks an awful lot like silicon, and silicon is a 13 million ounce discovery made in Nevada in 2024. This is the largest discovery in North America in a decade, but it proves that Nevada has still got more to give. And as you go back to what I said earlier, as major mining companies look to replenish their resources in safe jurisdictions, they're going to look to Nevada. So we're about 3 hours outside of Las Vegas, 75 kilometers north of the Expanded Silicon Project. What you see here is very similar to silicon. The other part of what attracted me to our project was it had never been drilled. And for a great target like Coprite to exist in Nevada in this day and age and not be drilled, it's a bit of unusual history. And what created this opportunity is back in the day, the U.S. was going to be doing Yucca Mountain, which is where they were going to store all the nuclear waste. They put a staking moratorium on, and therefore Coprite was no longer open for staking. I've been in Nevada for 15, 20 years, driven back and forth through the Walker Lanes dozens, if not hundreds of times. Always looked over and said, what are those hills, those white bleached hills over there? And the response was, don't even look, because you can't even go over there. That moratorium came off. We were able to acquire the ground, and we've done a lot of boot work in 2023, and we're just gearing up for drilling in the coming weeks. Again, this is a bit more of drawing a comparison between us and the new discovery to the south. That's the caldera that we're working on. Coprite has never been drilled. It's the one in the middle. And actually, to the north of us, there's another caldera where Centerra just bought in for $200 million and bought a resource there. Other projects that are on these caldera margins include Kinross's flagship asset in Nevada, which is Round Mountain, which is a 28 million ounce resource. It's a monster. Also, Headwater, who is here, is also drilling on a caldera margin play as well. What we have here, the basic geology, we're looking at step-down structures. Again, forgive the geologist here. You need structure, you need heat, you need permeability to drive a mineral deposit. What they have at Silicon, it was a blind discovery. They just went out there, they did some basic geology and went out there and drilled. Their second hole hit. And they hit about 80 meters, 80 meters or 0.8 grams per ton. They hit that on hole number 2. Our plan is to get out into the pediment and drill into the target coming from the east. So we'll be out here drilling in on this side. We did a lot of the boot work and cheap geology vectoring in 2023. The market didn't care, so we pulled in our horns and went after this. Basic geology, go out and do soil samples. This is a mercury anomaly. It's about 2.6 square kilometers. It's a big target. Up to 7 grams per ton mercury at surface. The geology, you're expecting the mercury at surface. You're going to get the gold at a bit deeper depth. Did the geophysics. It identified the structural corridor where you can get a fluid horizon coming in. Chargeability, this shows metal coming up. And then we did the basic geology. One of the things, these east-west structures were very important to us. We were concerned about what would happen when they intersected the ring structures that we identified. A little structure is good, a little bit more is better. We were concerned that there was going to be a down drop block and we'd be dealing with a lot of overburden, which can happen. So we drove another geophysical line, which I'll just quickly get to. This geophysical line was perfect. We had it exactly what we wanted to see. We see the structures of our mapping up with the structures in the geophysics. We see feeder structures coming up, and we also were able to see boiling horizons in the geophysics. This is all stuff that are done by smarter people than me, but what it created was a big target. If you're going to be drilling a geophysical target, make sure it's big, make sure that it's something that is worth going after. You see the comparison of what we've got between us and AngloGold Silicon. They're very parallel, so much so that Anglo wants to come out for a site visit in late April. Moving to our Golden Triangle assets, this is the backstop of value. These are high-grade silver projects that have been past producers, but they're tough to explore. It's summer-only, helicopter-supported. So my expertise is Nevada. We moved the company in that direction. But they are a high-grade silver resource, somewhere around 650 grams per ton silver. There is excellent exploration potential that's a bit difficult to work, so that is why the focus has shifted over to Nevada. In terms of the team, obviously I'm the president and CEO. Sean Kunkun, who many of you will know, is the CEO of Dolly Varden Silver. He's the executive chairman, and he helps with the marketing and management of the company. And then the third most active director is a fellow by the name of Adrian Fleming. Adrian and I have been working together since 2000 when I was the kid geologist at a project called Hope Bay up in the Arctic back in the day. But Adrian was also part of Northern Empire and brought me in on that company as well. These two guys scouted me to come in and make the pivot into Nevada. And with that, I have 44 seconds left. Go from there. Thank you very much.